Welcome back, B&B fans. Friday's episode could turn one office argument into a full Forrester earthquake. Zende finally loses patience, Brooke's power play may hit a wall, and Hope could start seeing Logan as more than a backup plan. So the big question is simple. Is this just another Forrester fight, or the beginning of a major walkout? Zende has been quiet for longer than expected, but that silence may finally break in a very big way. His designs for Hope for the future have been sitting in limbo, waiting for a chance that never seems to come. And for a designer, that is not just disappointing. That is humiliating. Zende did not put his creativity, time, and reputation into this line just to watch it disappear behind closed doors. He believed the work mattered. He believed the line still had life. But now, every delay makes the situation feel less like a business pause and more like a quiet burial. Carter may try to calm him down. He may insist that this is only temporary, that the company is still figuring things out, and that Hope's line could still return at the right time. But Zende may not be ready to accept that explanation anymore. Because from his point of view, how many delays can happen before they stop being delays? That is where Steffi becomes the center of his suspicion. Zende may start wondering if Steffi ever truly intends to give Hope for the future another real chance. If Steffi has already made up her mind, then Zende's designs are not waiting for approval. They are trapped under a decision that may never change. And once Zende starts seeing it that way, his anger becomes harder to control. Zende's meltdown could arrive at the perfect time for Brooke and Hope. They need more than emotion right now. They need proof that Steffi's leadership is hurting more than just Hope. Zende can provide that proof. His frustration shows that Hope for the future is not only Hope's dream. It is also connected to designers, creative work, and company potential. If Zende's designs are being ignored, then this becomes bigger than one woman losing her fashion line. It becomes a question of whether Forrester Creations is wasting talent because of personal conflict. That is dangerous for Steffi. Steffi can argue that Hope's line is not strong enough. She can say the company has to protect its brand. But if Zende speaks up, the argument changes. Suddenly, someone inside the Forrester family is saying the line still deserves attention. Someone with creative credibility may be standing beside Hope and Brooke. And that gives Brooke's co-CEO push a stronger reason to exist. Brooke can say she is not trying to steal power for herself. She can say she is trying to save a line, protect creative voices, and restore balance inside the company. Whether everyone believes her is another story. But Zende's anger may help her frame the fight in a way that sounds less personal and more professional. For Hope, this could feel like validation. She has been dismissed for so long that Zende's support may remind her she is not imagining the problem. Her line may still have people who believe in it. Her future may not be dead yet. But the more Hope and Brooke gain support, the more Steffi may feel surrounded. Brooke wants Ridge to make what she sees as the right decision. But Ridge has been uneasy from the beginning, and Steffi's fury only makes that discomfort worse. This is not a small reshuffle. Brooke is not asking for a side office or a symbolic title. She is asking for a co-CEO seat, and that means someone else loses ground. In this case, that someone is Steffi. Ridge understands the damage that could cause. If he gives Brooke the position, Steffi may see it as betrayal. Not just from Brooke, from her own father. Ridge has already watched enough family conflict explode inside Forrester, and he knows this move could tear open a much deeper wound. At the same time, Brooke is not likely to back down easily. She has convinced herself that this is the path forward. She believes she can help Hope. She believes she deserves influence. And she may believe Ridge should trust her enough to make the change. That puts Ridge in a terrible spot. If he says yes, he risks Steffi. If he says no, he risks Brooke. And if he delays, he only makes both sides more frustrated. There may even be talk of a vote or some kind of decision process to determine who truly deserves the CEO power. But even that would not make the situation clean. A vote might settle the title, but it would not erase the emotions underneath it. Because this is not really about a chair at the executive table. It is about who Ridge values, who he protects, and who he is willing to disappoint. Brooke may be confident, but Friday's episode could remind her that confidence does not guarantee victory. Ridge may decide the risk is too great. He may back away from the co-CEO swap completely. And if that happens, Brooke could be left stunned. For Brooke, losing this battle would be more than professional disappointment. She has invested too much emotion into the idea that she can fix Hope's future from inside Forrester. She has allowed herself to believe that power is within reach. So if Ridge refuses, it could feel like a personal rejection. That is where Brooke's next move becomes interesting. Donna already fears that Brooke might spiral if Hope goes to Logan. But what if the real twist is that Brooke goes with her? If Brooke cannot gain the power she wants at Forrester, she may start wondering why she should keep fighting for a place that keeps pushing the Logan women to the edge. Hope has already been considering Logan as a possible new beginning. Katie and Bill have been thinking about what comes after Eric's collection. The pieces are already there. All it would take is one failed power play to push Brooke toward a different idea. Maybe the answer is not winning Forrester. Maybe the answer is leaving it. The most dangerous outcome may not be Brooke losing the co-CEO battle. It may be what happens after she loses it. Hope, Brooke, and Zende are not angry for the same reason, but their frustrations are beginning to point toward the same door. Hope wants protection for her line. Brooke wants enough authority to stop Steffi from controlling Hope's future. Zende wants his work to matter instead of sitting unseen, unused, and quietly forgotten. That is why Logan could suddenly become more than a safety net. It could become leverage. If Forrester Creations refuses to give Hope for the future a real path forward, Hope may decide she is done begging for approval. If Brooke realizes Ridge will not give her the power she wants, she may start asking herself why she keeps fighting from inside a company that still treats Logan ambition like a threat. And if Zende believes his designs are being wasted, he may become the creative piece Logan needs to make a fashion comeback feel real. A walkout from Hope alone would hurt. Brooke leaving with her would make it personal. But Zende joining them would make it strategic. That would send a brutal message to Steffi. She may keep the co-CEO chair, but at what cost? If her victory drives talent, experience, and a whole fashion line toward Logan, then she has not ended the problem. She has moved it outside the building, where she can no longer control it. Ridge would also face the consequences. By trying to avoid one family explosion, he may create a business rival powered by the very people he failed to keep together. Of course, the move would come with risks. Forrester may still have legal control over certain parts of Hope's line. Zende could face backlash for turning against his own family's company. Brooke would have to decide whether she is ready to separate her ambition from Ridge's world. But that is exactly why this possibility feels so explosive. If Hope, Brooke, and Zende walk away together, they are not just leaving Forrester Creations. They are taking the fight with them. So Friday's Bold and the Beautiful may be building toward a much bigger shakeup than one angry outburst from Zende. His frustration could expose the real crack inside Forrester Creations. Creative people are being ignored, personal rivalries are shaping business decisions, and Ridge may no longer be able to keep both sides calm. Brooke may not get the co-CEO seat she has been pushing for. But losing that battle could open a more dangerous door. Instead of fighting for power inside Forrester, she may decide to build something stronger with Hope at Logan. And if Zende follows, that changes everything. Suddenly, this is no longer just Hope trying to save a line. It becomes a possible fashion rebellion with Brooke's experience, Hope's name, and Zende's designs. Now the question is not just whether Ridge will choose Brooke or Steffi. The real question is what Brooke, Hope, and Zende will do if Ridge refuses to choose them. Do you think leaving Forrester would be a bold new beginning, or a mistake they will regret? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you enjoyed this breakdown, and stay tuned, because one rejected line may be enough to turn Logan into Forrester's next big threat.